Hello and welcome to another episode of the Electric Norwegian. I'm Mats. This is a Volvo C40. It's an XC40 with a different roofline and different rear lights. So it's a bit less luggage space, less consumption, more range. Same comfortable, nice seats and interior. And I'm gonna have it for a test. It's gonna be fun, isn't it? Robert is back.
Hello, people.
It's been a while, after all. It's like sometimes you come into a car and things just feel right. And this is one of those cars. The size is right. Of course, compared to the Punchy, it's positively tiny and cramped. Of course, it isn't, and the power is the same four-wheel drive twin motor, 400 horsepower thereabouts system from the XC40 and the Polestar 2, and it's enough, it's plenty strong, plenty powerful, quiet, comfortable seats. You find the seats a little bit too narrow?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
How was entry and all of that for you?
This car is built on. It's high, and so it's raised up from the ground. So it's to enter the car was pretty easy. The doors were possible to open enough, so we had a wide opening. It's a lot of glass, so it's nice to see out of, but I'm not quite sure about this seat. It's like sitting on an iron board.
Okay, you find it a little bit too hard then?
It's small and hard.
Okay. We're going to do the familiar range trip now, the round trip, and we're at 85% and it estimates what does it is? 250 kilometers. We have a consumption of 30 watt hours per kilometer. It's 4 degrees outside and sunny. So relatively semi-dry roads.
30 kilowatt, not watt.
Yeah, 30 kilowatt hours. Sorry about that. And it's yeah, semi-dry roads, so pretty decent conditions today. Certainly better than yesterday when I was up to the Hongqi and sort of died because we had all this black ice.
Yeah, but you drove in the evening also, so
yeah, that's true.
Now the sun is out.
Now we've got a coffee and we've been on the road for, let's see now, 30 minutes actually. We had I reset the trip computer when we left home with a consumption of 231 watt hours actually. That's not bad. Can't say that. That's actually much better than expected. It's done some changes. A lot of upgrades have happened in the Volvo since last year, since I tested the XC40, and now it's got that you compute kind of a range help thingy thing, which gives you a bit like the Chevrolet Bolt does, or Opel Ampera if you want. It gives you the estimated range in 3 different figures. 350 on top, 250 as the middle, which is what it assumes is the most probable, and then 190 at the bottom, which is very nice. It also gives you an instant power figure, but it's nice. It's easy to understand. And it shows you air conditioning, speed, and driving style. That's a kind of a colored circle. So if it's blue, it's good. If it's the more color it has, the better it is, and the more defensive you drive, and so on. This thing weighing a bit over 2 tons as it does, once you get a bit of speed on and the suspension kind of settles down quite nicely. It's firm, but it's not uncomfortable. It's back to what I said, some things just feel right, and this car's suspension setup does feel right. It can feel a little bit too, not harsh, but a bit too hard sometimes on the around town. Here now, yeah. And I remember saying that the XC40 was more comfy, and this is, but the seats here are harder, as Robert mentioned. The seats I had in the XC40 were softer, more pliant, and more comfortable, and gave this more of a feeling of being a comfortable not Grand Tourer, that's the wrong word, but this is a little bit more sporty. And you have plenty of power, so you can definitely use that suspension setup and use the car. The turn in and the steering feel. There's not much feel in it, but it's direct and it goes where you point it. It carry a lot more speed than you really should. Not necessarily should, but you know, let's look into come into a corner and you look at the speed and you think, oh my word, it's camouflaged its speed rather well, which is always a sign of something that's well set up and gives you you trust the car, otherwise you wouldn't have dared gone that quick in the first place, even though you didn't mean to.
It's a very, very nice car. This the stereo is very nice.
Yeah, it's a Harman Kardon system. I'm not entirely certain if it's the top system or if you can get that higher, but it doesn't matter, it's good. It's clearly not optimized space-wise inside, because there's a lot of, I mean, you have a place for your phone and your cups and your stuff and all of that, and your under the armrest, but it's when you drive everything, there's so much space there that could have been utilized because it's an electric car. But I haven't driven the Polestar 2. I'm sure they've done a bit more out of it there, and I know Volvo will do that with their next generation of cars, because this is, after all, still a sort of conversion job, being based on the XC40 as it is after all. Yeah, we're now on the motorway, and the noise levels went up. There's nothing new there, of course, but still surprised at the amount of noise. But still, it's hello XC40 electric. It's not atrociously bad. And you have plenty of power, so getting up to speed is not a problem. What do you think about the noise levels now?
It is the noise level wasn't bad. It's still decent enough to have a normal conversation inside the cabin.
Yeah, true.
So yeah.
The consumption numbers are 239, so yeah, fair enough, I guess. Yeah, driving. We're sort of done now. 156 kilometers. Takes 4 hours, this thing. It really does. I like the car. It's if you see now, you have estimated range 110, and we left. What do I leave it? 80%.
85, I think.
85, yeah. So I think 300, 350, 300 is at least very easy to do, and I know by some owners have also managed to do 350, closer to 400 at least. It's a bit warmer outside then, and then that's okay. That's nice. So what do you think, all in?
Well, everything about the car is nice. I think it's a Volvo. It's safe. It's rides good. Some wind noise when we got on the motorway. Except for that, like the chairs, the seats lack some side support, but it's easy to get in and out of the car. You can open the door wide enough to not be in the way.
Back seats are a bit cramped though. I mean, there's space there, but they're a bit cramped.
Okay.
And the rear luggage space, well, you've seen the roof shape of the car, but it's not. You know, you can throw your stuff in there, and you have the trunk, and that's brilliant.
Yes.
Unlike some manufacturers.
Well, it's a nice car.
That's good.
They have done something right.
That's good. Now this is how you do headlights. Good spread, decent range. Everything you expect from a Volvo, really. Yeah. Just watch and learn. But this twin motor power thing can just toss it in a corner, and with the one pedal setup, it's quite aggressive. Almost too aggressive, but on a give and take road like this is good fun. And those lights, oh yeah, if you want a crossover SUV thing, you don't need quite as much luggage space as in the XC40, then this is definitely for you. And if you don't mind the somewhat stiff ride, because it has one, both this and the Model Y, but the Model Y is more spacious than this, then, well, you know, you should shortlist it. It's a great car, this Volvo. Consumption is a bit high, but not atrociously bad. Nothing worse than many of its competitors, and it's a very decent place to be. Very good place to be. It's good sound system. It's just a good car. It's a competent product all around. And you get a frunk too, a decent one actually. So yeah, I think we just cut it there. Don't have anything more to add. Thanks again to Jensen and Shayla Beal for lending me the car. They're great guys. And please like, comment, subscribe, and all the usual things, and see you in the next one. Take care out there. Bye bye.